it is, I think every person should talk about it. If the government promises to cut down on expenditure, and we see the splurge in this expenditure at the same time, remember President Ruto said that he would be able to cut the expenditure by 300 billion, and within this short duration that is in the office, the allocation for the president's office, which I think should be about 8-point-something billion, he's already exceeded that expenditure within a span of about 6 or 5 months. And we've seen an additional allocation of another 5 billion. It tells you the level of recklessness. Yes, I can see your face. This is recklessness. Because if the allocation is supposed to be 8 billion, why this another additional 5 billion? Because if he's able to spend 4.5 million daily on hospitality, that is leisure, you know? At a time when we have 4,000 doctors that are not employed. This is crazy. At a time when subsidies have been removed on goods. This is just ludicrous. And I think we need to have a discussion with this president. He was elected to serve, and now this is misuse of public resources, and we are calling him out that this needs to be reviewed. Even you remember also when this was being mentioned, that the office of the deputy president, also the allocation has been increased to 2 billion from 9 million, from 900 million. This is crazy. So you can imagine at the end of 1 year, how much shall he have spent? And then tabulate that again as 5 years. So this has to be reviewed.
All right.
Yes.
I do apologize to the Star. It's an illustration. I haven't seen a report accompanying it. And what was actually meant to be on page 4 and 5 is what is on page 4 and 5, which is no place for gays, lesbians while I'm in charge. And that is President William Ruto being quoted there. But back to the subject matter at hand. I'm curious, Joseph, labda ini chai ya faith diplomacy?
I think the people who should be explained this are Mama Mboga and the border people. I don't know even they understand what William is doing with their money. A president who campaigned on the backdrop of Kenyans who are suffering. A president who could walk in Mama Mboga's market with handkerchiefs so that he can cry. In this right provocation, Ruto used to cry. And Mama Mboga and border could see, this is our man. That when he goes to the State House, every budget that will be coming will be going to the Mama Mbogas and the border people. Ruto won election on the backdrop of the people who are suffering. People who could not have afforded 2 meals that time. Now they cannot afford even a meal. People are dying of hunger. And what we have is a president, we're having a gross total of 351 billion that has been spent recklessly, because 5 million or close to 5 million daily on hospitality. Hospitality to me is entertaining people. It's a form of entertainment. If you Google the meaning of hospitality, entertainment in State House, where other people are being entertained by the face of death. People in Marsabit are dying of hunger. And here we have entertainment in State House. It's hypocrisy of the biggest order from the president who campaigned on the people who are suffering. And I'm sure if William Ruto today goes to a market and tell people that we are forming the government of Mama Mboga, he will be stoned. Because the Mama Mboga who he talked about are the people who cannot even afford electricity, are the people who their children, I've seen in the newspaper here, over 160 students have not reported to school because of poverty.
Sorry, I missed the part about stoning. I was listening to my director.
I was saying that if he goes to a market and tell people that we are forming a government of Mama Mboga, he will be stoned. Because the Ruto who was campaigning, I have not even seen him going back to the markets and telling people that we won, now we are forming the government of Mama Mboga. He has not done that. He should go to the people and tell them that nyinyi mahasula mnajua kila siku na kunywa chai ya milioni 5 State House. He should tell them that, because these are the people who voted him. We are not the people who voted him. People who voted him are the people who suffered most. And if you voted Ruto to punish Uhuru, you might have been right. But if you voted Ruto so that he can improve your life, among all men, you are to be pitied most. Thank you.
Okay, I saw Akivaga pulling at his collar. Were you feeling a little bit uncomfortable?
Yes,
in your view?